Good morning, everybody. We're going to be working on page 24 today in our math book and module 5, lesson 4. And today we're going to be breaking down and decomposing fractions into smaller unit fractions using tape diagrams. So what we are going to do today is we are going to be focusing on tape diagrams that are equivalent. Meaning that when we have something that is 1/2, right? When we have 1/2, I can actually break this down I can break this down into smaller fractions, meaning that this 1/2 is not 1/2 any longer. Well, actually it is, but it's broken into fourths. Okay? And so we can say that it equals 2/4, but 1/2 and 2/4 is the same thing. They are 1/2, except for we are decomposing 1/2 into smaller unit fractions and comparing them, seeing that 2/4 can be 1/2 as well. So that's what we'll be doing today. It's breaking down these fractions and decomposing them using smaller unit fractions. So let's go into our first couple problems here. We're going to work on these 4, and we have, it looks like what we have here is 2/3. So we have 2/3 here, and that's the total length of each tape diagram we have. We have 2/3. But they want us to decompose this fraction into smaller fractions so that we have 2 different ways. So how can we do this? Well, we can cut this into halves here. 1, and boom. Where we now have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we have 6 as our denominator. And we have 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1. And we decompose this as 1/6 plus 1/6 plus 1/6 plus 1/6. And it equals, so 2/3 can equal 4/6. They are the same fraction. It's just we decomposed it into smaller unit fractions. Now this Snickers bar is cut even more into smaller units. So we're just cutting these into smaller units and making equivalent fractions. Equivalent means the same. Okay, now for this next one, we still have 2/3 here. Okay, we still have 2/3, but we can break this even into smaller unit fractions. So instead of cutting it once in between each one to make 6ths, let's do it twice. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, and 2. So our denominator now is going to be, let's check it out, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Ooh, we have 9 as our denominator. However, I am going to link these into 3s because it's going to be much easier to do that. How many are shaded? 1, 2, 3. All right, so I have 9 as my denominator. I got 3 here. And then 1, 2, and 3 again. My denominator is 9. So we ended with 6/9. Okay? So remember, these are equivalent fractions. We just decomposed them even more here. The Snickers bar is being shared 9 different times, and we gave away 6 of the Snickers bar to our friends. Okay? Cool. So now what I would like for you to do is I would like for you to do the same thing to B, decompose the fraction, and make sure that we are decomposing them into smaller unit fractions, and tell me the equivalent fraction below. So what's the equivalent fraction, and what is the equivalent fraction here? All right. And then on the bottom, so pause the video so that you can do that. And on the bottom, we are going to be drawing and labeling tape diagrams to prove the following statement, and if it is indeed true. So they've done the first one for us here. So let's do B together. Okay. I'm going to make a tape diagram. Okay. I'm going to make a tape diagram of 2/6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and 6. Perfect. And there are 2 shaded in. Cool. So representing 4/12, I can see here that in that denominator it's being doubled to 6 to 12. So I know I'm going to at least cut these in half, right? Because 6 times 2 is 12. This is a great way for us to see how many times do we need to cut it. And it looks like we just need to cut it in half. So let's do that. 1, 2, okay, I'm just going to put these to represent that I'm cutting. Okay. All right, so now that we have 6 partitions, okay, we have 6 partitions, oh no, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We have 11 partitions to make 12 total, and I'm going to, that means our denominator is 12. And we have 1, 2, plus, and 1, 2. Awesome, and that makes that indeed makes 4/12. So we did have 2/6, but now we have now have 4/12, and so that is our equivalent fraction right there. Okay. So please go back to watch the other problems that we've done today, but this is pretty much all we're doing today is making these equivalent fractions and just decomposing them into smaller units. Remember, you're cutting them into smaller units here. All right, everybody, have a good one. I hope this lesson was a simple one.